to the Blood Moon here with Fedra and Kevin Blackwood. This is the Spill the Tea sequel. If you didn't see the last one, that one also was pretty spicy. Wouldn't you agree?
Wow, I wouldn't use the word spicy. Oh my gosh, that's like not what that was at all. But
We did go all over the place, definitely in our subject.
yeah,
I'll say that.
now we got like an organized list of
We
things.
do. We're a little bit more organized this
Okay.
time to stay on track. Audio is very quiet. Really? What do you mean?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Do I sound black? Why'd you laugh? Um, yeah. Let me just me.
Kevin's mic is okay. Well, he can talk louder.
Me, black.
I think it's just us chatting, various topics to go over. Definitely engage with us if you're open to it.
These topics are crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, opera voice vibes, nice.
I just okay.
You're gonna be operatic.
That was
me.
Are we free?
But yeah, like as people, chime in and you're coming in, welcome. My name is Fedra. This is my channel. We're gonna spill the tea on definitely a lot of topics that I think we could all dive into. So if you have questions, if you want to just engage, like simply just put in your thoughts, just like 8-Bit Mike did. And yeah, we're just gonna move it along throughout the night. We'll see how it goes. But Kevin, can you just can you tell us who you are, how we could find you, and tell us a little bit about this blood moon that everybody's really excited about.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I'm Kevin Blackwood. I'm an astrologer, shaman thingy. I do spiritual stuff, and yeah, this blood moon is very wow.
It's potent, all right.
Yeah, it's not a manifestation type of energy. It's more like a with like a lot of things, a lot of cleanup. It's in Virgo, very detailed. Very, I gotta double check. I gotta see if this is correct. Double checking notes, files, everything. Cleaning up stuff, cleaning up your room, cleaning up your house, uh, cleaning up situations with people. This is that time to really just lock in and just see what you're going to take forward in your life. And for me personally, it's been my energy. My energy is like usually just all over the place. And now I'm zeroing in and seeing like, oh, okay, this was from this wound and this was from this lack of, I guess, care and discernment for myself. So now, especially with what's going on in the world, I'm not playing any games. I have to lock in. I have to really concentrate my energy so I can achieve the goals and the things I want. So I've been doing a lot of cleanup there. Some of the things are painful, but
Can you dive into, people are, I mean, at least I was concerned that we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde, which Gemini and Virgo are the ruler of, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
If I'm not, you just correct me. You're the astrologer.
Yeah, they do the best.
The full moon, and then on top of that, we have this lunar eclipse. So it's all happening simultaneously, and I know that previously, a couple weeks back, we had the solar eclipse. So I would just say we're in the influx of eclipse season.
So many things are happening at the same time. It's really a powder keg for humanity's evolution. There's been multiple signs for many years that this time would come, and what we're seeing energetically worldwide, it turned out to be true. Surprise!
Yeah, a lot of things that were hidden are coming up to the surface.
A lot of things they were going to come up at some point, and I mean, I didn't think it was going to be like this explosive in the first 2 months. Like, I knew it was going to be explosive, but like some of the stuff we're hearing, it's like, okay,
I don't even want to know.
let's just okay, like
Yeah.
wow, we didn't even get to the Easter Bunny yet, and yeah, it's Mercury retrograde is also in Pisces too, so
Yes.
this is one of the hardest retrogrades because Pisces, it's a beautiful sign, but it's so hazy. It's so
Push and pull.
like
Also about health too.
intuition,
Your
your mental health, but intuition is going left and right. You still have your intuition, but there's so many other pieces of energy surrounding you within your intuition. So if you have moments where you're kind of like, I'm not too sure, I'm questioning whether or not this is my intuition, this is the time to actually rest more. This is not the time to really overachieve or work harder or manifest more. This is the time to be like, okay, I'm gonna take some time off.
I agree with that because Pisces is already in the trait, I would say. Not every Pisces is the same, but I would say the trait loves to charge by being in hermit mode.
Yes.
By pulling back in general into their kind of cave, man's cave or woman's cave. And then on top of that, with the full moon, it is that theme of release. So you don't have to join the new age thing about doing a certain ritual. You
No.
just rest.
You just rest.
Just take a break. Do a staycation. Meditate, draw,
and go outside when you can, and just keep it simple. That's another thing. Actually, just keep a lot of stuff simple, because for what's going to come after this, that's when you can really go ham on your goals. But just one step at a time, especially now you don't have to really do much. But and we're also with a south node in Virgo situation, so there's a lot of stuff coming up from the past in the eclipse. So people, situations, memories, nostalgia, this is all like hitting us super hard, and we kind of have to look at it for what it is, not romanticize it or create new storylines. It's more so it's a review. Sometimes it can be a little painful, but it's good to get this out of the way so that when you move forward, you're actually pretty damn sure of what you're doing versus, was was this all right, or like we're clearing that now. You have to clear that now. It's the time to clear that now.
So, if someone were interested in your services for a consultation for astrology, would you do it now, or would you suggest to wait after retrograde? What would be just your opinion right now with going back to what you just said as far as taking a break?
I'm taking a break in other situations that I can bust out. I'm pretty solid on that. But as far as I'm actually taking time off work to give myself more, I call it fuck off time. I just, that fuck off time is so important because I get to just recalibrate my energy and literally, I'm a workaholic.
Okay.
And I don't want to identify myself as that. I know words are words are powerful, but I can't help it. So when I have time to like kind of like decompress, which this month will really be that time for me to just, this is the time I would say for a lot of people, just keep the schedule very open. Don't overload your schedule. Like take some time for yourself. Kind of just go inward a bit, and then maybe towards the end of the month, that's when you really can pick it back up. At least the second half. The first half, you just gotta avoid the news.
Yeah, I'm the same way with tarot that, I just really make sure that my clients understand the translation that I'm doing and then regurgitate it if I have to. Sometimes I'm stumbling on my words, which is of the channeling and of the grounding when doing my service. Um, but yes, I agree with you that right now it has been me pulling back personally, doing the things that I've been meaning to do, which is really meditate. Spiritual baths are another thing that are just so grounding. And of course, the plan is always to get more into nature when I can.
Yeah, you wanna do a lot of spiritual maintenance, and a lot of discerning of where your energy is going, because this energy sequence is, your energy can kind of graft onto different people and things. They can basically siphon your energy if you're not careful. It's a very psychically blown open time, I would say. So just keep it low. Just, tell people, hey, I'll get back to you whenever. I mean, if you got problems with people, I would suggest not being aggressive at this time, not fighting with people. This is such an explosive time. I would just, come back here. If you want, you have free will.
No, yeah, I mean, I thank you, Mike, for the updates on my mic. I'm hoping that it's clear and that people can hear me all right. If not, I'll just talk a little bit louder.
Hear?
So hopefully everything's good.
Am I talking too loud?
Apparently, your mic is doing great. Mine's isn't, but I mean, they both look on. They're both working.
Nice.
But, either way, I think I'll be patched through.
But, we got to make sure the goddess is also taken care of. So, if we need to pause for a minute, you good though, right?
I mean, yeah, we could see if we can pause the live. I've heard people do that. Let me give it a try.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Yup. It's actually good now, Michael. You sure? You can hear me okay, as Kevin is not talking now. It is me. Give me a thumbs up if we're good. Retrograde. Yes, you can hear me. Okay.
Are we back on?
We're back on, I guess. So, I mean, as we start into this.
Oh, wait, hold on. Am I still black?
Yeah. You still black.
Okay. I feel safe now.
Okay. I want you to feel safe. For sure. I mean, that's kind of it's part of the beautiful process of the feminine. Is right? Both of us making each other feel safe.
I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I guess so.
So you wanted to talk about aliens. And honestly, I had to do a little research because I heard that they're gonna release data, but it's not scientific.
What research do you need to do? Where are the aliens? Where are the aliens?
Me. You know this is my moon. As a Virgo moon, I love to research things.
Oh no, I agree. Okay. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I do love research too, but I'm just they said I was a blue thing, and then I started realizing because my favorite color is blue, and then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, no, okay, this is all clicking. I'm blue. I'm blue.
Blue with the blue house.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the song. I know the song. But yeah, no, they're releasing. Okay, here's the current timeline.
Okay.
Right now, it's everything's a hint of a speech or some shit of the president or some shit is gonna say some stuff, and other world leaders are gonna say some stuff. Summertime. June, July, that's when the shit is off the chain. That's when the shit is really just worldwide. Everyone's on your TV screen, aliens, ETs, extraterrestrial. That's what we got. That's our current timeline. The summertime is when it's gonna be. You can't escape it. People are gonna be in church, all fucked up.
Right. Do you think they're ready for that?
Do I think they're ready for that?
I feel like they should be.
It's
haven't we had the subliminal messaging of all these movies for the past few decades of aliens?
I can't say no. It's both yes and not really, but fuck it, there's no choice. It's like one of those. It's one of those. It's like there's not really a no, especially when you're highly into like trusting in the divine and like the spiritual order. It's like so right on time. It's we're ready. We in our hearts, deep down, we've been ready.
I think so. I think we've been fascinated by the stars,
We've
about the outside
we've
of
been
us.
ready deep down in our hearts, but we're so boggled by all these other situations and topics that we're just like distracted. But
what do you think, Michael? Just to bring you into this conversation, do you believe in aliens? Do you think that people or you guys that are watching, do you think that we're spiritually ready to see that, to experience that? And even then, is that going to be a physical thing, or is that going to be an interdimensional thing? Whereas we're going to feel it on an aura or a telepathic way. That's a great question to see. Like, how is it even going to be presented?
It's going to be a mix. You're going to have some people, they're going to like get more psychically blown open. And then you're going to have people, the way they got to do this smart is the hybrids. The first aliens that show up gotta be as human, because they're already here. We're here. Everybody's here. But it's gotta be as human as possible. And then maybe like, oh, this motherfucker got an extra eyebrow. Huh.
Got an extra eyebrow.
Oh, this motherfucker got, his pinky kind of bends a little bit. Like, it's gotta be very subtle. Because if you bring too much, if you bring like 6 arms, blob, just like,
oh yeah,
the eye is just like, okay.
I'm gonna have to ground.
Okay,
yeah.
chill, my nigga. Like, damn, like, okay, like, I get it. Nah, people, nah. You gotta do it very subtle. You gotta be like, that's why they're here now, but they look literally like, they're just like, I'm cloaked.
Michael says he does believe in Area 51. Okay.
Hell yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, that's just one spot.
That's just one spot.
I learned that in Hawaii, there are state parks that are literally dedicated and devoted for aliens to come back. And they even state that the statues that are created in Hawaii were from an actual shorter species of man that was designed by aliens. And I say shorter because I'm the perfect size, which is 5'1", and this species was
perfect size for what?
3 foot. Well, I'm just saying that they're like 3 feet or like 4 feet. So I'm just saying that, I'm at a normal stance of height, because everybody tell me I'm short.
Okay.
But I ain't
my
too
God.
Short. Like 3 feet, 4 feet, that's short.
Oh, okay.
I'm not discriminating.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's a level to this. There's a level,
Yeah. I get you.
And, there's nothing wrong with being short.
No.
And being a shorty. I know Fedra is a 3-foot alien. See, I knew, Michael, you were going to do that.
There's nothing wrong with being short. I mean, I personally, I can't even feel it. I've been trying to tell people that for years. That's why my mouth's so big, and I can't
feel it either.
Mentally, I can't, like,
I don't, yeah.
I don't, the ADHD is like, I can't feel.
But there's the opposite, right? I heard that grays and other designs of aliens are like really tall and like lengthy. We've seen them in the movies, and it's like, did they see them? Did they like? And how did they see them?
They're here doing like. There's a mix. Like, some of them are like, we're here to help. Some of them are not here to help. Some of them are there's some shit. I'm not the one to talk about. I'm still, unfortunately, I feel like I'm still militarized from like these other timelines because
well, that's another thing. Yeah.
I just
are we gonna fear that, or are we gonna think that it's an awakening?
Yeah, no, because we're okay. Look, no matter what, if you're taking care of self and you're trusting God and Source, you trusting your, like, no fear. True. Stop fucking playing. No fear.
True.
You gotta move. Like, I'm more afraid of like the next bill on my damn my phone bill type shit than any apocalyptic shit they could throw at me, because at this point it's like, no, I know what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to just die randomly, and you should feel that way too. If you don't feel that way, well, you might get your shit blown up at a Taco Bell.
I think it's also because we're in the age of Aquarius. We're still defining like what is human, and it's really where we are is also holding on to our humanity of what you just said, of remaining grounded and using the tools that we have, so that if, and it is a big if, and maybe it is one day, maybe it is the summer, maybe it's next year, we don't know. But as other life forms, I'll say, present themselves, maybe for once we won't fear what we don't understand. Maybe now we won't jump to the negative conclusion of something that we don't get, and like not jump right away into this is a threat. Instead, go into curiosity and explorative, and that's why I love the scientists, because we need scientists for that. Because they're the ones that would probably pioneer this.
Yes.
But it's funny how in the movies, it's always a child. It's always somebody's innocent that actually sees the extraterrestrials, like, you know? So I wonder in that subliminal messaging, is what has happened, and that is what is documented, and that, you know, outer life always prefer that aspect, and that's why we have these stories. And for me, I'm always trust and verify. So in my heart of hearts, do I know that we aren't alone? Hands down. But when somebody wants me to prove it, I don't really feel like I need to.
Yeah, no.
All we have to do is look up at the moon tonight.
You don't have to
look at how the moon changes.
You don't have to listen to me. You just do it because you like to, but you don't have to. Like, there's no. I be looking at people like, look, I definitely do not have all the answers, and then a lot of the answers that I do have, that I believe, I'm still kind of annoyed about. I'm still kind of pissed off, but
about. We gotta spill the tea a little bit.
Yeah.
And thank you, Michael, for mentioning in the chat about light language. Not everybody understands what light language is, and maybe at another time we'll talk about that. But there are positive and negatives of light language. Really, all I will say to that is that it's frequency.
It's levels to this shit. It's like so motherfucker could be doing light language and still like have a freaking porn addiction or something. Like there's levels, there's oscillating frequencies and energies and karma and all types of shit going on. So first things first, trust you.
Yes.
And the issue is when you can hear when someone doesn't trust themselves and doesn't trust other people. So there'll be motherfuckers who are like, you guys are crazy. Y'all guys are full of shit. Okay, fine. But at least do you trust you? No, you don't, because the shit you were talking about was some shit I just heard from the fucking news. And I just heard it from another person.
That projection.
I never hear anything from you. I hear your parents from you. I hear your friends from you.
Yeah.
I never hear you from you.
Yeah, what's your actual
So don't tell me, because other people have been telling me shit for like the last several years. I had to verify this shit. I'm the one. I got up. I traveled. I did my spiritual work. She did her spiritual work. So that's why it's like,
I think it's ongoing, but yeah, we've done a ton of work.
It's never over. But there's levels to this shit, and people want to act like, oh, okay, well, you know, don't be on your high horse and we're all equal. Okay, well, listen, again, I hired my plumber to plumb because I didn't think I would be doing a better job than my plumber.
Wow, you actually mentioned this last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Just like, oh, look, I don't know how to steer a ship in the seas, but I'm gonna tell the person who does, hey, we all can steer this ship. Yeah, if we all train, but right now, this motherfucker knows how to do it. So I'm gonna let this motherfucker do it. And I'm not gonna, like, constantly question over and over and over again. Like, the first few times, fine, but when we see it in action, I'm talking about consistency.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of consistency. Again, not saying you have to believe it, but let's be real. you've believed shit that didn't make sense in the first place before. So just keep an open mind and don't just shut shit down just because you think, well, they just sound weird or look funny and stuff like that. No, trust me, a lot of shit is weird, and you don't even have to leave your house. There's a lot of shit going on in your life, in your house, with your family, and you've known about it. You've known about it for years. You've known about it since you were a kid, but you suppressed it. So keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. That way you can open your heart. Don't just shut shit off. And that's my rant for the year.
So Michael has a question for me. He says, Fedra, do you trust divine men? Well, I would say you have to define what kind of trust do you mean? And it is a beautiful way to actually segment into the next part of our conversation, which Kevin and I want to talk about masculine and feminine dynamics. You know, eat some of my tomatoes? Okay.
You trust me, right?
It's the top, actually.
You trust me, right?
Yeah. Sure. Just, yeah. I do, yeah.
Stop looking.
Yeah, I'm like, gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. Faith, yeah. So in masculine and feminine dynamics, that could be in any gender, right? We're not talking about gender, we're talking about dynamics, which are energetic aspects within a person. Now, trust is always earned. And trust is earned by what you said, consistency. When a person is consistently showing you certain patterns to where they do not make you feel safe, you are not seen, you are not heard, you are not valued or appreciated, how is that person really divine? Whether they are a man or a woman. They're not. They're in a wounded aspect of the self, and they're projecting those wounds onto you for whatever reason, because maybe you're reflecting something that they have or do not have. So trust is something that is built. And what's messed up is that it's so easy to destroy. And so I think that's a beautiful segue to get into the masculine and the feminine. I do just want to say thank you guys who are watching. If you guys are supporting, we pinned our Venmo for you all. If you have any means, even $5, give some to Kevin for being on the channel today. He loves coffee. That would be enough for a coffee. But hey, if you want to give a little bit more, we appreciate it. This is what keeps going the channel. As well as all the equipment that I've upgraded to. And again, I always want to give back to all the people that do come on the show and take the time. Any visitor that you've seen in the past when it comes to Monday motivations or the sound baths or even these discussions. So any donation is really appreciated and it goes a long way. And if you don't have the means, that's okay too. If you can like this,
we're still good.
Bring us into the algorithm.
We're abundant. We're still good.
I need y'all to subscribe so we can get to my next goal, which is 500 subscribers.
Man, come on, like, follow, subscribe. Like, you ain't got shit else to do, man. Like me, like I sometimes, I don't use the YouTube shit, so or I don't like log in, so sometimes I just forget. But I subscribed. It was painless. It was effortless.
It is a free action.
Especially if you stalking. If you stalking, you better be subscribing too. If you stalking, subscribe. Subscribe. If
you're already watching, I would think
the traps
that you would
are
help
thirsty.
me out, liking it.
The traps are thirsty. This Virgo moon got us like really just. It's still detail. Detail. Look at the trim. Everything. Look at the trim. It's like detail. Come on. So the least you could do.
Oh my. Well, when we talk about these dynamics coming in, you're saying empowerment versus dominance. So are these dynamics confusing in modern day? What would you start with?
I think people. And again, a lot of this comes down to fear. Fear. I have plenty of that in certain aspects of like love and relationships, but it comes down to overthinking. Certain people feel like I gotta do this in a certain way in order to protect myself. And we're both guilty of it, men, women. We're all guilty.
We're all guilty. Yes.
Whatever pronoun too. If you breathe and you watch Netflix, you're included. Like we all do things to try to keep ourselves safe. But then there's a point where you can see if you're hurting the other person, and then you start to, there's levels where it's like, all right, when you start to notice you're hurting the other person, if you can just go, it's not out your way. This is another person that you supposedly care about. If you supposedly care about, just say, hey, did I do something wrong? Did I hurt you? Checking in. See if you can come to a conclusion. If you can't, it is what it is. Not everybody has to be together, like each other, whatever. But the discussion alone is a sign of respect. That the attempt is so powerful. The attempt is so powerful. Even if you don't know exactly what you're doing, the attempt to, hey, I got to check in or I want to rectify something is so powerful. And I understand certain people can be scared of that. It's scary sometimes where it's like, oh my God, did I really hurt someone that I care about? But here's the crazy part. If you cut it off, that's it. Okay, that's fine. But if you come back and you hurt the person again and again and again and again, and you're being defensive and you're not even trying to rectify the situation, you're no longer this victim of circumstance. You're a repeat offender. And this is why when people start to put those boundaries and start to protect themselves, it's beyond protection. It's what makes sense. Why would I be with someone who is repeatedly hurting me?
Well, from when you're saying communication and you're saying to present this, so in dominance you would say that they're just going to avoid a conversation.
Yes.
They're going to just be dismissive.
And sometimes people, we don't talk enough about indirect hurting, indirect warfare, because I don't want to hurt you, but I want to protect myself. Okay. I can't do that. Even when I feel like I'm about to do it, I just drag myself into the conversation. This is what's going on. Now you gotta see pieces of my soul that I didn't want you to see, because I care about you that much.
So being vulnerable.
Being vulnerable as fuck.
But men, personally, from what I've seen, don't see that as being dominant, and yet, how are we going to build trust?
Let's look at the word dominant. That word gets misused a lot. And then the idea of masculine energy. Because we have both, it's good to have a good, healthy, strong masculine. It's good to be strong. It's really good. But when you start lying in order to be strong, in order to protect yourself, that's avoidance. That's not strength. That's vulnerability is a strength. Being vulnerable is a strength.
But empowering.
Say it.
If I'm empowering you, am I not kind of making you more powerful then, and giving you over this power by encouraging you and pushing you and being your cheerleader, you know?
If I grew up in a world,
which is so, to me, opposite. Like, I'm just rolling it back right now. If I think that way.
If I grew up in a world,
like, it's already difficult.
If I grew up in a household where I was never empowered, if I grew up in so many situations where I was never empowered, when you come and try to empower me, or if the person that did empower me before, something happened between me and that person, when I see someone coming in and trying to empower me, it's either foreign, or I might be afraid of something going wrong with that empowerment. There might be something else tied to that.
True.
In my mind, in my paranoia.
It's like, are you going to turn it around and then take the power from me? Or try to be the boss?
Are you going to yes. Are you going to use it against me?
Yes.
And am I going to trust that not just in this moment, but in other moments, if I can just be vulnerable each time, even in times where I wasn't prepared, because that was like the real base of my spiritual journey and ascension. I put myself in situations where I didn't have full control again and again and again. And it was teaching me about myself. It was teaching me about my tics, my triggers, because I was in my comfort zone for so many years, and it wasn't comfortable. That's another thing. We say comfort zone and we're still not comfortable.
No.
So when a situation comes in, and especially during these times where we're not only being shown to be vulnerable, but even presenting also a safe space to be vulnerable, we're like relearning safety. We're relearning safety. Some of us are just learning safety, period. So it's very scary. But what I'm trying to say with like hurting somebody, especially somebody that you can feel it, your soul can feel it. They had your best interest at heart. I would advise to reach out and at least offer an explanation. I'm not even talking about myself and my situations. I'm talking about period. Just even if the situation doesn't get resolved in the way you would like or the other person would like, it's such a huge step forward. It's bigger than me or the other person. It's the energy gets cleaner because somebody's actually seeing that this is not okay.
So with that, if somebody makes a mistake and they're used to having the upper hand, they're used to holding it over, they're not used to being in that vulnerability of a state to say that they made a mistake, to owning up to their mistake, to then doing what's right, which is to apologize and then have changed behavior. To them, they think that that is a form of weakness, as if they are not winning the fight. And that's where I get confused. Because if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be a team. It's supposed to be, at the end of the day, to have peace and joy and build together. You can't build anything if you keep fighting, if you keep having this dynamic that one person over the other has to have a hierarchy system, which is what we're pretty much seeing in politics and in society.
And what we're trying to, it's not even trying, what's naturally being dismantled when we call it a relationship or a partnership or, something that's
in business too. We're seeing it in business.
Cohesive. We're evaluating how we're going into these situations in the first place and what we're thinking these things are supposed to look like. Because people are going in to relationships or situations with everyone has their perspective of what it's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. And some of the perspectives are very toxic. Some of the perspectives are very unhealed. Some of the perspectives are very, there's like love, but there's like, there's a whole spectrum of things happening. But if we keep it, let's start simple first, and then it will evolve into something even greater, which is why doing the work yourself is so important, because when you learn about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, love in yourself, because
what are your boundaries?
I had like self-hatred. Whew, like that was my style. Like, I hate this shit. But there was a part of me that was like, yo, I'm cool as fuck. Like the whole time I was like, because I would look around and be like, as a kid, I know I'm the shit. I know I'm cool. So why do I feel so depressed? Why do I feel like I don't deserve it? I don't deserve shit. So that's a real inner spiritual, that's a journey. That's a real journey. And if you're not trying to do that journey, you're going to end up hurting a lot of people. Point blank, you're going to end up hurting a lot of people if you don't see, if you can see like, nah, there's something up with me and that, and you take time to yourself to be like, all right, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to journal, or I'm going to fly to Costa Rica or Iraq or some shit. I don't know, just whatever. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take the steps. I'm going to get therapy. That's a big, we're all the same when it comes to having love for self. I've not seen anyone that's above this. If you don't have love for self, you naturally start to affect the people around you in ways that are kind of chaotic.
Well, it leads into, because definitely I really want to hear this from you, is the wounded masculinity. And a lot of people talk about this wounded masculine and the attributes and the side effects and symptoms of a wounded masculinity. And right now, as a whole, would you say it's more about reacting? Is the wounded masculine reacting right now? Or is it being redefining it?
It's a lot of programming that's being dismantled. There's a lot of programming. The masculine, we can also go into the masculine energy in women, but let's focus on the men. The expectations, the programming from childhood, the gender roles, all these things come into play.
Pressure, tons of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of where when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I like this. I like to eat this, like this food, or I like to watch this show, or I like this person. Very simple. Very simple. But as we get older, the programming starts to begin, and it's just like, no, in order to do that, it's not that simple. You can't just like somebody and then that. No, you got to do it like this. And then it grows into, you got to think of this person like this. You got to think of this gender like this. You got to think of what you need to do in order for this gender. So everything starts to have a belief system. And some of these things in the fluidity of life, there are some commonalities. There are some, some stuff starts to average out. But even then, that is not permanent. That is part of our limitation and what we're trying to evolve from. We're still very early when it comes to how we can really love. We're really remembering how to really love. Right now, we're still fighting in these little brackets of like, you love, but we got to do that. We got to do that. You got to do that. When you take care of yourself, and you love yourself, the brackets start to dissolve even more and more. And then the imagination of love, the things you could do with love start to like explode. Like you're like, you know what? I'm in such love and trust. And if you can't handle that, you're just naturally going to fall off. And I'm not going to be so devastated for the rest of my life that this person who couldn't go with me to this level of love, I'm not going to be so devastated, because I understand that I'm here to experience this thing and be a beacon of love. So I can't just hold on to this one person, shackled to this one person who's not getting it. That's not how the shit works.
Well, I like how you said different brackets, and the way that I heard that was when we talk about the wounded masculinity. It's that men are remembering different parts of them, and that is even toward Earth. Just having more respect and more investment into the land, into their community, into their families, into their friendships, not just working on the self, but like, how are you positioning yourself? How do you even present yourself in those aspects? And like you said, to come from love and from an openness, rather this programming that has been put on you that isn't really you. And I mean, with redefining, I think it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's gonna
to like redefine these dynamics.
Yes.
Because yeah, I don't really look at labeling everything too much when it comes to what is masculine, what is feminine. I wasn't even brought up that way, so that's also what makes me kind of.
Fedra had to work.
Yeah, kind of unique.
Fedra had to lift that shit. Sometimes it was like, damn, no, for real, I can't. And they had to like, okay, no.
Well, there was no other man in the house.
They're like, okay, well, we'll just figure it out
there
next
week. There were more
week.
women in my house than men. So...
like, or maybe let's get like 5 of us, because this dude is like gone somewhere doing something. So let's just get 5 of us girls. Like, you know, I get it. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta.
And that didn't make us less feminine. It just.
Nah.
We bound together, worked together to get things done.
Nah, sometimes it's just a situation. Like you could be, you could exactly. You could be a woman by yourself, and you gotta fight like 10 wolves, and it's like you might do great, like real masculine, but you still, you know, when that time of the month comes, it's like just because I fought off those 10 wolves, gentlemen, I still need that time. I need that week. To like, you know, I need that week. I got that flow right now, but there was nobody to help me, so I had to fight them 10 wolves. That's what a lot of women are going through, where it's like, look, just because I showed you that masculine shit, and I said that masculine shit, I didn't really have nobody to like really come in strong arm and like help the situation. So that's why I had to get in that masculine shit. Like me, it's like, I got this weird, like, where I have so much access to my feminine energy. Like, this is, come on, this is, what am I wearing? What the fuck is going on? What is this? What the fuck? It's too many colors. It's too many fucking colors. But then when it's something like masculine shit, it's like, you know if we really.
The color pink was actually for men. During the 19th century. Either way, men wore it first, not women.
I can play around with a lot of stuff because there's enough balance in me, and I want men to have that same. It just feels it's just way easier. And it's not everybody. I'm not saying every man gotta be like, oh, you know, you gotta be floaty and all. No, what I'm saying is, don't look at women like. Yeah, you know, of course, it's power. It's power. But that doesn't mean you don't have the ability to do things to that power. So nobody needs to be a victim, and nobody needs to be like, the other gender is like so-and-so. It's more like, hey, someone's starting right now. The women seem to be on the up and up with more of the, I'm just accessing all the and then the men, we just gotta catch up a little bit. It's just like, yo, you can still be the man, just don't be like ridiculous about it, man. Like, don't act like women are just running shit that much. Like, if I leave my chick to fight like 10 dudes, I don't care how she fucked me over. I know she about to get fucked up. I will have a better chance. So it's not as black and white. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just not as black and white as with these gender. Oh, the men are all evil. The women are all evil. It's like, nah, man. It's just.
No, we're doing it to each other and to ourselves at the same time.
It's just what subject are we talking about? What level? Okay, one gender might have the upper hand right now, and so that's all this is. It's like, yeah.
Well, when it comes to then dating, modernly, do you think that we're dating for love or for validation? Right now, to me, how I've been looking at it, there have been more people really seeking validation, looking at the convenience of relationships, unfortunately. And I'm very romantic. I'm a very romantic person. And I'm not saying that love isn't out there. However, I'm seeing more people staying in relationships out of the wounded aspect of themselves, out of convenience, out of those hard parts of like, yes, but I have this. And it's like you just said, it's not a thing. Like this is a person with their own dreams, their own purpose, their own, wishes, and honoring that connection is honoring the sacredness of that connection and seeing that person as a whole universe, a whole unique universe. And if you love them, you would respect those wishes, those wants, those desires, and come from that open part of yourself. But in validation, you're looking at what you can get out of it. You're looking at it as a commodity. You're looking at it as somebody that you can show off like a byproduct. And then you take away those feelings. There's not really feelings there. We're just using it like objects, and that's a dangerous thing.
There's like a multitude of like things going on. My personal opinion, the more insecure a person is already from the jump, is like, okay, just chill, just wait. But I want to be.
Yeah.
Just wait, because it's not that you're not worthy or you're not valuable or you're not. But you now no. Whoa, I already know. And as far as
well, the masks we wear. The masks we wear, making those impressions at the start.
What you mean with like, I'm dating someone for the validation, or I'm dating someone for the look, or whatever? This is what I'm saying about that too. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you got that feeling that someone is doing that to you, and you actually enter the union or whatever, be careful with. There's something inside of you.
Yeah.
That was like, hey, this would be a good look. It's just the other person might be more loud about it. Might be more proactive, and might be more, all right, I'm gonna do it again and again. You might have that in you somewhere, but you're not as like, okay, I'll just wait for a while until the next person, and it's still not the true love. So we show the same thing, but in different forms. We show the same kind of toxic energy, but in like different forms. A lot of people don't talk about that either.
So actually, it's funny you say that. There was a video that was shared to me by a friend today, and it was about a married couple, and he was projecting all of these keywords under a trade wife and how he was being used by the feminine, right? So I watched the whole thing, and I just want to cover all these relationship dynamics in one swoop so we can use this example. So in the comments of that video, I stated exactly what you just said. In order for him to experience that, he had to have the mirror of that woman have that same mindset of it being a transactional relationship. It was all about the looks. it was all about the money. It was about not taking accountability of their fears and projections. It wasn't about actual compatibility, it was about chemistry. And it was about putting on a certain impression. And now, over time, those masks fell off. And now he's complaining because he's like, I bought this house, I paid this car note, all the bills are paid, and now you're not doing a thing. And she's sitting there like, I don't need to do anything. My presence is enough. You know, I am this or that. And it's like, they're both right and they're also both wrong at the same time, because they're both still not being honest enough to saying what's really underneath that. So it was a great video to watch. It was entertaining, I gotta say. But it just showed me again all the things that I just relayed about not being actually forefront and honest in the beginning, and coming from what is actually compatible in your core beliefs and your values versus keeping up with the Joneses.
So he was talking about being used, right?
Yeah.
Listen, you can't be used if you don't show up.
Yeah, you're enabling it. You're enabling the behavior over time, for sure.
You'll see when we watch it later. You'll see what my look. You can't be used if you don't show up. And then look again. You show up. You realize the situation. You realize what you did. If you dip, okay, you understood. If you stay, like I'm just saying, I've never seen I've never been to war that I didn't sign up for.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I've never been. Now, if
I don't like saying that.
If she took me against my will, then okay, then that's just what it is. She took me against my will, so there was like some physical movement. I had her, but I couldn't win the fight. Whatever, then that's different. But listen,
Kevin.
Listen. If I signed, because even the first month, you still good. We can even do 2 months, because you're just like, I'm just getting used to her smell. I'm just getting used to his smell. But then it's like when I hear a year, I'm like, a year of what? Using me the whole time. The whole time. Nah. There was times where you were in the toilet by yourself. Somebody was at work, somebody was doing something, and you know more about the shit you doom scrolled. You know more information about that than what's going on in your own. Oh, okay, all right, hey.
If you if you keep denying your intuition.
Now, if you could be like, we both used each other, or it was just like when you admit your part, then it's like, okay, because it's not that you're not wrong, you were being used.
But is that toxic though? Isn't it toxic if you're agreeing to that transaction?
No, it's definitely toxic. But I like the accountability of the person, because then it opens the pathway to healing and understanding. Because every time you talk about your part, I don't know if it's because of the Libra. I'm Libra rising. I don't know if we go to a little astrology, but if you could just at least be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what I did. Then I'm like, okay, you're aware of, you're not trying to deny it, because it is toxic. It is messed up. So the key is to not. I think what also happens is somebody can do the toxic stuff even very well in the partnership. Both people can be toxic, but somebody has an edge, and that's where the villain really gets created. Where someone's like, damn, I thought I was like really just a sucker to go into this, or a victim to go in this, but you really just went all out on me, and you exposed how much I need to just get my boundaries, my energy strength, my boundary strength. You exposed what type of training I need to do now. But damn, so I don't want to always say like, oh, it's always both people's fault equally and that's it. Some people do come out, some people do it a little, damn. Some people can really like, an abuser is an abuser. Like, some people really just, nah, I understand how you got caught up, but that motherfucker's a real piece of shit. Ooh, this person, and you know what makes them even more of a piece of shit? They're running around
crying,
and complaining, crying, and acting like they're the good person. How you beat up on somebody? I'm just using an example.
Sure.
And then act like you're a good person.
Oh, he walking off.
How do you beat up on somebody?
Well, and they're gonna say that they invested the same. They wanted the same things. They really love you.
How you choke a motherfucker out?
But I love you.
I'm not saying you're because that's what they're all so afraid of. They're afraid of like because a lot of us we all move in different forms of fear, but some of the fear is a lot crazier than others. So they might be like, okay, I cannot admit to that in my own mind, in my own soul. So I'm gonna say something crazy like, well, she made me choke me out, or he made me key the car, or blow up the car, something. And it's just like, listen, everything's a frequency.
Yes.
That's why I noticed in my personal relationships, I don't play there's no hitting, because that's that's already like, I'm out of that. I'm out of that. I'll forgive you too. Well, but I'm out of that because it's a certain conditioning that
and that tolerance, because
tolerance
as I grew up in my upbringing, which is going into Serbian Balkan culture with also Latino culture.
Okay, yeah. There's accustomed to certain things. You see certain things,
certain stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
How
it's
there
true.
are levels of how
it's true.
men would actually believe
certain things are normalized
to discipline their spouses, and this is where on any level it should not be tolerated, because that's not respect. You're treating your spouse like they're your pet.
We have to stop using culture as an excuse.
Thank you. I love how you just knew exactly where I was going with that.
Stop the fuck.
However,
too many games. There's too many games.
I will say, and this is not a form of blame. It's actually co-signing with what you said of frequency, that when you have unfortunately been a victim,
yes,
it's like a coating on yourself.
Yeah, the nervous system becomes accustomed to this,
and we normalize it.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. I will say certain experiences have that.
Yes,
and you literally, it's you clawing your way out of
that
to claim your empowerment. And then at that point, with your sovereignty, it's like a level that you cannot come back from. You're like, I just will not tolerate this.
No.
And this is where, like you said from the beginning, whether it's a male or a female, when you see these types of behaviors in the dating, when you actually take time to date and learn the person, you're going to be really clear of your boundaries and saying like, this cannot be crossed. Just point blank. That's it.
Nah, there's not, because I was always as angry as I can get. I got like anger shit. But I know my flow state. I know my likes and dislikes. I know certain
deal breakers.
I just know certain things. It's just like, this is not one-offs when you do something that's like violating. That's the word I like to use, violating. When you're violating,
and men can be violated too. I do want to make that clear too.
Of course, I
gotta say, because everyone's thinking that it's all about the women.
Nah,
it's about the divine feminine. Not on this channel. On this channel, there is no double standards. I do not co-sign on that. We really do need to talk about it. We really do.
Don't.
Because like you said.
Don't slap me without kissing me.
Wow, Kevin.
Don't slap me without kissing me. I need a full blown. Don't give me a peck. Unless
you said we weren't getting spicy on this today.
What, this is not.
Are we getting spicy?
This is not spicy. This is
slapping.
This is base level. This is base level. It's
base
like
level.
we could just because it's you know. I'll just leave it at that. But there's a, and I have so much compassion and grace for where people come from. It's just, that's why I have to stay strong in me and how I am just like
being the example.
I have to and some people can't believe, because okay, let's go back to spicy. As far as talky, I'm a comedian, so and a lot of people are like, yeah, is it for real? Is it not for real?
Michael says you need your own Netflix special. Netflix, we're here. We're here.
She likes to push it to YouTube.
We will make it entertaining.
No, put it just with me, just YouTube. But I like to push it. I like to tease, and I like to trigger. I do. I don't know if it's a shadow. I think it's a good form of ice cream. I think it's a fun time. But when it comes,
as long as you can take what you dish out.
But we go
accountability.
We go in the ring. But what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to like relationships, love, frequency, and treating each other, I don't know if it's the cancer. I don't know, and I'm not going to say that because it's not like that. All cancers do. No.
There's many traits.
Many traits. There's a whole chart.
Whole chart.
There's a whole different it's not the same cancer. This cancer is not the same cancer. She a Taurus, but it's not the same cancer. What I'm trying to say is, the amount of love I can feel for another person starts to refine my action.